we need people around us to help us live life to the fullest or more fully. If you spend all your time in isolation, you're not living fully. You're not even living, I want to say you're living like maybe 35%. So I'm really glad I'm saying less of this now. But there was a time where every time I go on TikTok, it was something about protecting your boundary. And I protected my boundary to the point where like my phone is dry, no one's calling and stuff like that. And it's quite funny, but not funny at the end of the day. It's serious. Like, we need friends. We need people in our lives. And as someone who is sort of an introvert, I prefer a smaller group of people than to hang out a massive crowd. Every now and then I like to go out where people are, like where's the function? Like once a month I want to go to the function. Do you know what I mean? But like most of the time I prefer to be with smaller groups of people. But I still need friends, and you still need friends. And what brought me to this topic was the fact that I've been watching Friends over again for like the 5th time, right? Like every time I finish Friends, I just want to start over again. And there's something about it. It's just the comfort, it's the warmth that I feel when I watch it. And it just instates the fact that we need people around us. We need friends, we need like-minded people, but also people who sort of challenge us to think differently, but not too much to the point of being like antagonistic. I don't know. But like we need people around us to help us live life to the fullest or more fully. If you spend all your time in isolation, you're not living fully. You're not even living, I want to say you're living like maybe 35%. And I realized this when I was working remotely, and I love working remotely. Like the joy of it is just like waking up. I would just wake up, turn my laptop on, like it's so easy. Like you save all the time for transport, you save obviously money, but like it's less stress commuting. But I realized that really took me away from people. And at first I was like, I love being alone because I do like being alone. And then I realized after seeing like my sister just having people to hang out with like every weekend, I was just there on the couch by myself watching TV. Like I like watching TV. I can spend a very significant amount of time by myself. But it also made me feel a little bit lonely, and not because I don't like being by myself, but it's because I knew that I wanted friendship. And I knew that I had the capacity to go out there and make the friends. It's not that easy, but I could make friends. And it just made me realize how much fuller life can be when you have people around you that love and support you. And obviously family is important, but I also feel like you need people your age going through similar things that you're going through at the same time to just make it less like strenuous, less like scary, less confusing. And I just love watching Friends because it just shows you how you can't do it on your own, and how everyone's situation was so dire at the start. Like Rachel just ran away from her wedding. Ross had just gotten a divorce because he found out his wife was a lesbian. Joey, I guess he was acting, but like if he didn't have Chandler to support him, will probably be out on the street, like not being able to pursue his acting career. And Monica had Rachel to be there with her and for her and have that friendship. And Phoebe, all those friends were a blessing to Phoebe because like she had a rough childhood, and now she has people around her who love and support her and like accept her quirkiness and weirdness. And that's just what a friendship is all about. Like people supporting each other even though they have no idea what they're doing with their life. In today's world where you can, to some extent, live in isolation, we can afford now, for the most part, most people can afford to live by themselves if they have a great job. They can afford to not get married because they don't have to. They can afford a lot of things that you can do by yourself. And as a result, I think people have just been like, well, I don't have to make the effort to like find somebody. I don't have to make the effort to, find friends, be in a relationship. I don't have to leave the house. Like I can just like Uber Eats or whatever. And I feel like to some extent it's taking away some like joys. It's taking away the joys of life. Like something that was just about just stepping outside and seeing people sometimes just changes my, almost like my brain chemistry. Like sometimes I have nothing to do and like I just do it outside, just go to a cafe, just somewhere out people, and just so I'm leaving, like it feels like I'm part of the world and not just existing in isolation. It can be quite like damaging, I think. Being at home and being like a homebody and being like a couch potato, which is what my sister calls me, for a long time, I think it changed my brain chemistry in a way. Like it made me like more shy and it made me more introverted, and I am already sort of an introvert, but it just brought out more of that in me, and I just feel like I need to be outside more. I want to meet more people. I wish there was an event every single week where like I go to and there's the same people there, or like a mix of new people every now and then, and like where I just know when I go here I'm gonna have a good time. It just made me realize that even if you had like a long day at work, a long week, and you've had the most awful week, just knowing that you have brunch with your friends that like on Saturday or Sunday, and just knowing that you have dinner plans just immediately like lightens the mood. Like I've had times where like work is so annoying, but like I know that I have something to do that like evening, and that's all I can think about, and that's all I'm preparing for. And before you know it, the day's gone, and you can like focus on the better side and better part of the day. And I just like, we do need friendships. We need people around us. Like no one can completely live in isolation, and even if you think you can, it's really not healthy. So if you're someone who's like being sort of forced to self-isolate, being sort of forced to spend more time by yourself because, I don't know, like people have, people you trusted have like betrayed you, have had weird experiences with friendships as well, that's made me think, oh, but it made me want to go out there and like find more friends that actually like I can relate to and actually just like are my people, than just being with anybody for the sake of being with anybody. I think it is to some extent better to be by yourself than to be with people that don't make you feel good about yourself, that make you like just question yourself, and you have to sort of change your personality around, or people that you just like don't feel like you're even part of the group when you're with them. Like those kind of people are not your people, and in that case it's better to be by yourself. But if you have an opportunity to join a group, if you have an opportunity to go to an event and you're just somehow feeling maybe lazy that day, or you're somehow feeling like, oh, I really don't want to, just do it. Just do it. Because if innately you do know that you do want to meet people and you want to be a part of a friendship group or a part of a community, I think you have to push yourself. You have to push yourself out there, literally like push past the discomfort initially, if you do know that you want to make friends, because at some point it's going to be exhausting, but it shouldn't feel like a chore to like go out there. But I've like had days where like I make plans and I'm just like, oh my god, like all I want to do is just lay in bed right now. But I do force myself to go out, and I end up having the time of my life. I'm like, this is what life is about. This is what life is about. Like, have you ever just been sat out there in the sun and you're just like having a iced coffee or something, or a cocktail, or with your friends or people you like, and you're just like, this is what life is about. Like sometimes when I have those moments, I'm like, okay, every day I'm going out, like every day, every weekend I'm going out, but obviously that's not realistic. Maybe if I could afford it, and I have like a personal driver, but that's not the point. But I do think that we need to make the effort to meet people, and we need to make the effort to make sure that we're not isolating, because like life is tough. Like life can be tough. I think everyone's gone through like stages of their lives where they're just like struggling with something, and it would not be easy to go through anything without people to support you. And just knowing that there's someone there just like makes a huge difference. And yeah, just having something to look forward to. I literally clocked this during COVID. I was like, life just seems, in a way, kind of meaningless and like just like meh, when all you do is wake up, eat, do your chores, responsibilities, and go to bed. Like that is not the point of life. That life is so big, life is so much that you can't not go out there and see some of it and live some of it. There's so much to see, so much to do. And during COVID, when we couldn't go out and do anything, it made me realize that life is so much more just better, so much better when we have something to look forward to. And that's what friendship brings you. So if you have the kind of friendships where everyone's making plans in a group chat but no one's doing anything, be the person that actually says, guys, this Saturday, I'm looking at this restaurant for this. Let me know what you think. If you're interested, like this message. I'm going to book it for blah, blah, blah people. Let me know who can come. Like, be the person that actually makes that plan. Because I think a lot of times people want to do stuff, but they don't want to be the people, they don't want to be the one to sort of make that move and do the action, or they're kind of like dancing around the idea. But if you actually take action and you're like, I'm going to do this. Guys, 6 p.m., we're going to be here. Let me know if you can come. I'm booking on this day, blah, blah, blah. Like, be the person that makes the plan. And you just see that people are going to show up. People are going to be so happy. One of the things I actually want to do, probably this year, maybe, I have so much on my mind, but one of the things I want to try and do this year is actually create a community, a club of girls where, like, we have something to do, if not every weekend, but every 2 weeks. Like, we have something to do that's not just brunch, not just drinks, but like go golfing, like we can go play tennis, pickleball, all that stuff. I want to build my own community, and because I think it's so important to have people around us, to have something to look forward to in life. This is the end of the video. I hope you liked it, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you are in the DMV area, I know of any sort of community of people that hang out weekly or bi-weekly and any sort of activity like that, put in the comments so we can find like-minded people to do things together. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.